So we are on another adventure. We're heading north up towards the Targhee National Forest, and I don't really have a designated spot. I haven't explored this area very much, and so that's why I kind of picked it. It's a place that I'm not very familiar with in terms of camping and off-roading and that sort of thing, and just wanted to go someplace new and kind of explore. So the map here shows a lot more kind of dead foliage than what's actually here. Like, it shows a lot more open landscapes. A lot of the spots that look like camp spots from the satellite are not flat and open. They are overgrown. About 7:30 right now, so would like to find a spot here relatively soon to get set up and start cooking some food. Oh, is that people? Yep. That means that's a no-go. It's always fun to explore these new areas and new places that I've just never been or very unfamiliar with. It is a little unsettling just because, you know, you're in a spot that you don't know, and you don't know who's out here and where these roads are, what condition they're in, and oftentimes no cell service, which is great because it's always nice to disconnect. But all right, so change of plans. We're flipping back around, heading back the way I just came. I've been on this road for a minute. It's 8:10 now. I gotta find a spot to start setting up for the night, and I know there's a spot back this way that I passed. I just was hoping that there was something maybe a little bit more secluded off the road, so we're gonna take this and just deal with it. It is what it is. I'm a little bit surprised because with Onex's new dispersed camping feature, it'll highlight places that you can just disperse camp, and it'll tell you like 300 feet off the road you can camp here. However, this road that I've been on for a while now is it's a well-maintained road. Like, the road itself is in good shape, but the places that it says dispersed camping is extremely overgrown. Like, well, extremely might be too harsh, but it's overgrown to the point of, if there are dispersed camp spots, nobody has been driving on them, these trails or roads, in quite some time, and it is blatantly obvious. And so I don't want to, you know, damage nature and the foliage and try to create a path of my own. So I'm going back to a spot that I know that there's a designated camp spot. There's a fire ring. It wasn't, you know, some makeshift road, and hope that it's gonna work for the night. It might be a little bit loud, but if people come and go from the road, but it is what it is. At this point, I just want a spot to set up and call home for the evening. So the mosquitoes are horrible out here. I stopped and took a look at a waterfall that I just stumbled upon. I didn't even know it was out here. I closed my door, got my camera out, and I thought I had all my windows rolled up, but I'm still not very used to the very back window rolling down, which I had rolled down. I came back in the truck and there were mosquitoes everywhere. So rookie mistake on my part, but it is what it is. We are making do, and I've got all the windows down, driving a little bit faster, trying to get them to fly out one of the windows, and pray to the Lord Almighty that I don't have a bunch of these little suckers hidden in here for tonight. Even though I'm not staying the night in here, they still are annoying and suck. So backtracking, not my favorite thing to do. Beautiful area, unbelievable scenery. Okay, I just pulled into home for the evening. Got a little picnic table even, which is funny. I'd never really see picnic tables at most of these dispersed spots. So we're gonna back in here, tuck the truck in at a good spot, and call this home. Okay, so we are at camp. If you can hear in the distance, I've got some cow neighbors somewhere over there that I can hear, and they're quite loud. Backing in here and had my window down just to make sure I wasn't going to hit a branch or anything. I heard one of them moo, basically, and it made the weirdest noise. It freaked me out, but just a bunch of cows. They're way over there. Shouldn't be a problem unless they're really loud tonight. We'll see. But I'm going to show you camp here real quick. I have got literally nothing out but the cooler and a little water jug over there. Great little campfire ring. We'll get a fire going and start cooking dinner here in a second. For dinner tonight, we are doing something a little more on the basic side, which is okay. Because it's supposed to be a little bit cooler tomorrow, something warm and kind of a fall meal sounded good. Reminder to self, buy a new lighter. Grilled cheese sandwiches and tomato soup. Let me grab some butter. One thing that is really hard about these camp stoves is that the temperature control on these is really hard to manage. It's basically all or nothing. So we're going to toast up a couple of these. Once I get a couple of these going, I'll start heating up the soup. That soup will go pretty quick. Get another piece in here. Start heating up a little bit. Okay, I got a little external light going just to try to help illuminate this area a little bit better. It currently is, I'm not sure if it's going to focus on that, but it's about 9:30 right now. Definitely a late dinner. One thing I do want to know though is, while you're camping, what's some of your favorite camp meals? There's a lot of different things you can do, especially if you have something like a camper or RV, you know, where you have a fridge and an oven and that sort of thing. You can get real creative. I'll grab a little bit more butter here. My little cow friends across the meadow here are sure talkative tonight. I hope they're not talkative all night. I'm just glad they're not heading over here to come have dinner with me. Knock on wood, but knowing my luck, they would be. Uh-oh, I lost the butter. There we go, that's a lot better. You can see what I'm cooking now. Got a little light going. I did get a new drink I wanted to try tonight. Being from Idaho, huckleberries are pretty common up here. And so I was going through the store and saw, it's gonna be hard to see in that camera light, but it's a Huckleberry Crush Monaco. Give that a try tonight for the first time. This flavor, I've had other Monacos in the past and they're good. I'm not much of a beer drinker. I don't really like the taste of it, but I do enjoy a good seltzer. So the Monaco, yeah, you really can't see that. The Monaco Huckleberry Crush. That's pretty good. These are 9% in a little 12-ounce can. Yeah, 12-ounce little can here. As much as I love the local wildlife, I don't really want to fight off a cow. All right, I think it's time to get the tomato soup going. I bet these are done. Yep. Looking pretty good there. For tonight's entertainment, I downloaded a couple movies, and I'm currently watching Breaking Bad for the first time and have about 5 or 6 episodes left. I was downloading them on my way up here on my phone, and lost service just before I could download the last 2 episodes, so we'll watch a couple of those tonight, and then tomorrow when I go back into service, I'll download the last few. Dinner's basically done, the soup's warm. I'm gonna eat, sit around the fire a little bit, and then I'll get back to you in the morning when I have some better light about where we are, what we're doing this weekend, and all that fun stuff. So for now, good night. See you in the morning. Okay, so good morning. It's the next day. Just woke up and came outside. I actually got woken up by some neighbors I'm gonna pan over to here in a second. But because of said neighbors, I'm not going to cook any breakfast here. I have a stinking suspicion that they're going to come over and want to eat breakfast with me. And so I'm just going to pack everything away. We're going to hit the road. I'll go cook breakfast a little ways down the road, and then stop at a spot that I want to visit that I didn't get to yesterday on the way in. Kind of an uneventful morning, but it is what it is. I'm a pan over to these neighbors that I've got that actually woke me up. They were in my camp, kind of sniffing around and seeing what I had laying around, if there's anything good to eat. So look at what I got woken up to. Those 2 big heifers over there, they came over and were sitting along my, well, not sitting, but they were down here along my picnic table. We've got a whole bunch more out here in this field, and they are loud and not afraid of being loud. Okay, so we are out for the morning. Camp's all packed up and ready to hit the road. Before we go to the 2 things that I had planned for today, I accidentally kind of ran across a spot that looked really interesting last night. The mosquitoes were horrible, so I didn't stay long, and I'll put in the spot where I get infested with mosquitoes because I accidentally left a window down. Just got swarmed alive by nearly eaten alive by mosquitoes, and I've got all the windows down because they made it in the truck, trying to blow them out of here. Sprayed a whole bunch of bug spray on me, and they're everywhere, and they won't leave. They won't go back to their homes, and I don't want them. They're rude, they're selfish, and they're just flat out mean. Mosquitoes might be the worst insect, in my opinion, ever. Hate mosquitoes. I'm gonna put the drone up and grab my big camera and take some pictures, and we'll come back a little later. that is called the Warm River Cabin. A lot of the signage, like the signs over here and even across over there, are gone. And it doesn't look like Forest Service has been up here in quite some time to do some maintenance work. There's a lot of firewood over there. It looks like a hiking path along the mountain there, but I wanted to come see if we can take a peek inside this cabin. It's locked. Figures. It's like an old couch. Door over there. Oh, a little camp stove. Looks kind of cool. Let's see what's down here. There's the waterfall. Super pretty. If it wasn't so heavily mosquito infested down here, I would consider staying the night here, but there are mosquitoes everywhere, and they are big. Looks like, oh, just another door into that main entry room. Table, some games. Kind of cool. It's like a bunk room. I'm guessing it's hard to see in there. It's like a bunk room. The window's a little tall. Can't see inside. Yeah, those look like bunk beds. All these are screens and boarded up. Looks like there might have been a basement at one point. Yeah, looks like there's a hiking trail or animal path up there. Some firewood. Some pretty fresh looking firewood. Maybe someone was up here recently. Pretty clean firebox. That's nice. That's a nice picnic table. Metal. It looks fairly new. Let's go check out. Let's see if we can see through these windows. Big old spider web. I can't see in any of these, so you're seeing something I can't, so I have no idea what's in there. Screen door. Oh, there's a basement. That is freaky. That's creepy. Looks like some cleaning supplies in the corner here. Another door entry and a basement. That basement is sketchy. Wish you could go inside like that warming hut we found on our last little getaway. There's a lot of firewood. It's nice. Guarantee you can't get in here. Yeah, it's all locked up. There's a spider on that. Oh my gosh, look how many dead flies there are. That's so gross. That's all boarded up. You can't even see inside. But yeah, all the information plaques are gone. It's the Warm River Hatchery. The cabin's super cool. I mean, and it looks like the exterior looks to be in really good shape. Roof looks somewhat new. The chimney's starting to deteriorate, but the logs themselves look like they've got some fresh paint on them. Screens on all the doors. You know, it looks to be in pretty good shape. Just no information on it. All the windows of this kind of shop or whatever this is are all boarded up. Oh, except for that one. Let me grab a flashlight here. Alright, let's see what we can see in here. Garbage can. Looks like a desk. It's chock full. Like, there's so much stuff in there. Wow. There's a lot of stuff in there. Guessing these are all. Oh, wow. Man, I feel like that should be locked. It looks like they've ripped out the handles on all these other ones. All the doors are boarded up. The windows too. Got a bathroom. Take a look at that here in a second. Man, it is. Seems like an odd spot for a door. There must have been stairs at one point. Weird. That's a big shop or whatever this is. Bathroom here, I'm guessing it's locked and the key's in that cabin, but might as well take a look. Oh no. Open. Really clean for being a camping bathroom. Bravo. Whoever comes to clean that. Looks great. Let's see. Moose Creek Trail, Canyon Trails. Yeah, like all of the signs are gone. Trailhead parking, day use only, no overnight camping allowed. Health hazard, that's good. You know what that makes me want to do is look inside even more. What in the hell is that? Interesting. Some water's running in there. Again, all the windows and doors boarded up. Another huge log shop. I don't know what else to call it, but that is all boarded up. That's really weird. I wonder, I'll have to do a little bit of research when I get back into service as to what that is and what it's used for. This, you can tell it hasn't been entered in a long time because the vegetation's just, whoa. There's something living in there. I just pissed it off. Must have been like a squirrel or something. Health hazard. Interesting. I wonder what on earth would be in there. All the windows have been broken. People vandalizing and that sort of thing. This is all boarded up. Somewhat recent. I mean, that says 2017 on it. I don't know if that means it was produced in 2017 or what, but I would assume that's what that means. No entry points, no way to see inside. I'll see if I can open this door, take a little better look as to what's inside this place. This very last door, although all these are boarded up, well, boarded up, but there's nothing behind the board. Doesn't look like. Like these are missing their handles, but this one isn't and opens, which I feel like it probably shouldn't. Whoa, just a bunch of equipment. Let me grab some gloves and set this other camera down and we'll crack that thing open, take a look. All right, round 3. We got some gloves this time. Ugh. Weird. Just a bunch of old parts and pieces. Oh, that's all rat shit. Gross. Oh my gosh, you can tell no one's been in here in quite some time. Really old fridges. Mice droppings everywhere. Gross. That's a cab off of an old truck, it looks like, or camper shell. I don't really want to walk around in here, nor be in here very long, so that rat poop's gross. I don't really want to get sick. But yeah, you can tell no one's been in here in quite some time. I'm shocked this still has the door. I mean, all of the equipment here have got feces on them. The water heater's got feces all over it. All the fridges, the old oven. I'm guessing all this came from that cabin at one point. But that is huge. Big shop. Just withering away. Interesting. Very interesting. I did bring my fishing pole. I'm not a big fisherman, but kind of want to get into fishing a little bit more. And so for my birthday, when I turned 24, my parents bought me a fishing pole. And so I brought it with me. I have my license and everything with me. And I just went and bought like worms. I'm not very educated in like what kind of lures and that sort of thing for certain areas and for what kind of fish. But I would love to start to get into that more. So, all right, I just saw that there's another window that I didn't look in. It sounds like something's on in there, like a fan or something. Like there's a humming noise coming from upstairs. I can hear it better on the other side, but I don't think you're able to see in there. As to what's in there, it's all covered up. Something's there on the windowsill. Doesn't look like it's used very much, unfortunately. Okay, well those were some waterfalls that I did not intend on seeing today. That was kind of a happy little accident. Now I'm gonna start making my way towards the place that I did intend on going today that are also some waterfalls. That's one of the stops I had planned for today. Were some pretty well-known waterfalls, pretty heavily visited, but they are huge and just beautiful waterfalls. I'm gonna take a couple more pictures real quick and then we'll hit the road towards the other ones. Well, here's something I don't see very often. I've got a semi coming at me. Full semi truck and a couple cars headed right for me. I'm assuming it's cattle based, like they're coming up to either move cattle or grab cattle or something. I'm not too sure. This is a pretty wide road and it's nice. It's well groomed, but oh yeah, he's a cattle driver. Full cattle. Must be the cows that I bunked with last night. But we're making our way out. We're not too far from the main road. Based on Onyx, probably 5, maybe 10-minute drive. This is a pretty clean road. A little bit of washboard, but nothing too bad. Go about 30 and kind of float on top of the bumps a little bit. This is a little embarrassing. We're having to do a little bit of a change of plans. I didn't bring any cash with me. I thought I had some to pay for one of my thoughts of things to do today, and I don't have any. I also didn't bring my debit card with me in my wallet, and so it's sitting, I know where it's sitting. It's sitting at my desk at home, and I can't stop at an ATM to go get some cash. So a little bit of a change of plans. It is what it is. Try to find a spot to stay for tonight. Gonna try to find somewhere different this time. The Tetons, I'm gonna flip the camera around here in a minute. The Tetons on this view are unbelievable. So got a pretty clear line of sight view of them. So I feel like I'm driving down like a apocalyptic road, like the world's ended, no one's here. Kind of eerie a little bit. Everything is just so overgrown, and like the paths, we've got a bunch of random road closed signs which don't show on Onyx or any sort of map. But I've got this main paved road that I've been on for a couple minutes now. I mean, every crack in the road is growing weeds or grass, and all the spots that you can see on Onyx that are old Forest Service roads are just completely overgrown. You can barely make out that there used to be a road there. It's kind of eerie a little bit. It's kind of creepy. But these woods are dense and thick. So I'm really hoping I find a spot here soon. If not, I'm just gonna find an opening and pull off and make some lunch. It's about 2 o'clock now, but so overgrown, dude. Everything. Like, all this is marked as like dispersed camping and, you know, pull off and kind of do your thing, but I mean, you can't even see, like, if there is a fire ring somewhere, like with just rocks, you sure shit can't see it. The foliage is so thick. It's insane. Don't really want to pinstripe my truck very much at the moment. Trying to mitigate it where I can. It does open up right there. We'll try it. See how far down we can make it here. Yeah, I know. You don't like it. I know. I don't like it either, but here we are. Shit. I avoid one bush just to be thrown into another. Oh, there you go. Grow upwards rather than in the road. Look at that. According to Onyx, this opens up, but man, does it not look very promising. Couple more tight turns here and then should open up a little bit. Not too hopeful, but fingers crossed. Nothing else I need, just a big enough of an opening to turn around. Golly, dude, this just gets... I'm gonna get out and walk. See what we can see down here. Alright, let's see what this looks like down here. It does look like it opens up a little bit, but you can tell not very many people come back here, which is both good and bad. It's always nice to be secluded and having your own space. It definitely does open up. I just don't see a fire ring. I guess I could make one. That wouldn't be a big deal. This is a pretty nice little meadow. Kind of looks like an old fence down there or something. Yeah, like, why isn't there... Oh, someone's been shooting clay pigeons down here. clay pigeon shards everywhere. I need to check for ticks tonight. What is that back there? A lot of branches here. I'm gonna hike back up the road, back to my truck. You can kind of see it. It's through the trees, about there, somewhere right in there. I can see the windshield. I'm gonna hike back up to it, turn around. This road's just getting tighter and tighter, and even though this is open, I'm not real interested in spending the night in a spot like this. So turning around, find another one. This is part of the fun. It's part of the parts that suck. But it is what it is. You make the best of it. This is just not gonna work for what I have intended and plan on doing. So back to the drawing board. I've really struggled with this more than I have anywhere I've really ever gone camping. Is this has been tough to find places with how overgrown and kind of, I hate to say it, but kind of unmanaged this place has been. It's, you can see that there used to be remnants of a place to camp or stay at, or pull over to, but the brush is so overgrown. They're hard to, not only hard to see, but I don't really want to I don't want to be the one to basically groom these trails or roads to make another spot. I don't want to do something I'm not supposed to, I guess. Try to avoid any branches that we don't have to run across. But yeah, this has been much more challenging than I am used to, which is fun because it's fun to drive all these roads and stuff like that, but it's also a little frustrating too, of spending all this time, and especially when you're hungry, time to find a place that just isn't working. So back to the grooved pavement. God, this road, whoa, big dip. This road is just eerie. Like, it's paved, and you can tell it's a paved road and stuff, but just, you can tell that there hasn't been maintenance done to it in a very long time. It's kind of interesting, kind of eerie, kind of cool. The look of it's cool. Like, it'd be a really cool picture to stop on and take a picture of the truck, but I'm not gonna block the road. So I just kind of accidentally came across this flying down the road, so we're gonna see if we can't make this work for the evening. I'm kind of running out of options and time, so might have to just make do, and it is what it is. We'll get out and do a little tree check, make sure none of these trees are looking like they're gonna fall over on me, and then go from there. Get out and do a little walk around here real quick. Fairly flat. Got firing. Someone left a whole bunch of wood in for us. Don't see any trees that look like they're gonna fall over. Nothing too crazy. This one here, the branches don't look very healthy, but besides that, it seems to be a pretty decent spot. I think no matter what, this is gonna have to do, because I got no idea of anywhere else and kind of running out of options. So, but I'm going to get my level out here, see if we can't flatten out a little bit better, and see what we can do. Let's see how level we are. My driver's side needs to come up a good amount. This way. Pretty level front to back. Back could come up just a hair. And back could come up a little bit. And then driver's side. So I'm going to use one of my traction boards here and just kind of drive up on that tire. Okay, so I pulled in here, kind of hung out for a second to kind of see where the wind was coming from. And the wind's coming kind of this way. So I gotta flip the truck basically, so I have the hard shell facing towards the wind direction. I like it when people leave wood if they've gathered a bunch and just leave it for the next guy, but when you just throw it all in the fire pit, it's a little too much. Come on. Grab some of this fresher stuff. Most of this seems pretty good and dry. A couple pieces here are a little wet, but we should be able to make do. Okay, now I just need some kindling. These little shards over here. Put these on top. Oh, come on. lunch today, we're gonna do something pretty easy and a little basic, but a little turkey sandwich. These freaking mosquitoes, man, they can kiss my ass. Prep on. A little bit of cheese. Okay. Bon appetit. There's a little pathway over here. We're gonna go take a little walk-see and see what's going on down here. Looks like a game trail of some kind. Oh, this trail is definitely a game trail. I think it's really small. This might just be an old four-wheeler trail. Some fresh, somewhat fresh droppings. This looks like it'd be about a Razor four-wheeler width here. Obviously hasn't been driven on or used in quite some time. Quite some time. Wow, it's really pretty back here. It's quite open. Pretty open little meadow. Oh, gross. Look at that. Little spider trap. Nasty. Ugh. Hate spiders. I feel like something has been sleeping in here. Like there's these patches of just kind of everything patted down, and then much more dense area. It's like walking. Ugh, or the spider. Ugh, gross. Seeing these, man, they're everywhere. Seeing these reminds me of the Lord of the Rings when they get caught by the spider thing. And it's gross. It's really gross. Yeah, it feels like something's been like sleeping back here or walking through here. It's just really flat and matted down. One thing that you will find all the time in Idaho, nearly everywhere, is lava rock. There is lava rock everywhere. I wonder if I could get on the other side of these trees. Just follow these little game trails. Something's definitely been, yeah, for sure been sleeping or bedding down here. I think someone had a fire here a long time ago. Oh man, are those the Tetons? Oh, they are. Wow. I'm definitely not going to be able to get through the tree line. And it's going to be really hard to see on this camera. I didn't bring my nice one. This is just the action camera. But let's see if I can zoom in on here. Through these trees, straight ahead, are the Tetons. You can barely see them above the tree line. I thought I'd maybe get a break in the trees, but I am not, and I'm not about to walk through all that shit. So, back to the truck. It's about time to start making dinner and all that jazz. So, I'm on my very last episode of Breaking Bad. I just barely started it. Well, not barely, because I'm on the last episode, but I just recently started it. I had never seen it before, and my brothers and my dad were all getting on me of, that's a show that you need to watch, have to watch. And so I downloaded a bunch of episodes while I've been out here this weekend. So I've kind of binged those, sitting around the fire while I was eating lunch. Watched a couple. I'm about halfway through the very last one, so I'll watch the last one while we're getting the rest of camp kind of set up, and then get to cooking dinner. I did download a couple movies. I am a big movie guy. Always love a good movie. start cooking some good food. I've got a good meal plan for tonight that I think will be pretty good if I can pull it all off, which is always the kicker. So I'm getting dinner kind of ready slowly, and one of the things that I wanted to try for dinner this weekend was a dessert that I saw on TikTok. It's some pre-made cinnamon rolls. You sprinkle on a little bit of brown sugar, a little bit of butter, and you just make like monkey bread or whatever it's called. So I've got that here. I'll show it real quick. It is the pre-made cinnamon rolls. Some brown sugar, some butter sprinkled throughout, and then a couple of clumps of the icing that comes with it. I'm going to heat this up. And yeah, that's kind of everything. I definitely am not going to eat all of this, but that's okay. It'll be a good breakfast treat in the morning, whatever I don't eat. I've never done these while camping, actually, even though it's a pretty simple little treat. I've never thought about doing them. So excited to try this. I just wanted to get this ready so it's, once I'm done cooking my dinner, I can, or as I'm cooking dinner, or getting close to finishing, I can throw this on some coals and get it going. So that will be dessert right there. And I'm going to go start getting dinner ready. For dinner tonight, we're going to be doing a steak. Just a little sirloin here. Or excuse me, a ribeye. I've got some mac and cheese that I just need to heat up, and then a little salad to go with it. So nothing too complicated or crazy. Dessert for later. I'll set that off to the side here. Haven't used this in a little while. I need to re-season it. But for this weekend, it's going to do just fine. This is just some garlic powder, some salt and pepper, kind of all mixed together. This is some pre-made mac and cheese with like a sausage cut up and put in it. So I grew up eating mac and cheese and hot dogs together, and that's a core memory in my brain. So I saw this at the store and thought, might as well give it a try. And I know this isn't necessarily the best way to heat this up, but that's the only way I can think of how. But this has been a good reminder to me that not everything has to go the way that you've planned it or anticipated it to go in order for it to end up okay. Everything kind of has a funny way of working itself out. So it's a good reminder to myself, and who knows, maybe the few of you that watch this. hindsight being 2020, had I known that nothing that I had planned to do was going to actually happen, I would have brought my dog with me. But live and you learn, I guess. I had no idea of knowing that nothing that I was anticipating doing was going to actually happen. Basically, dinner is done. The steak's done. Macaroni is nice and warm. Little bit of char to it, but nothing too burnt. I'm gonna serve it up here in this cast iron skillet because I don't really have a big plate. I sure as shit am not gonna eat this whole thing, but a couple bites of that, a couple bites of this, take the rest home for leftovers. It'll be delicious. But I'm gonna toss the cinnamon dessert thing on the fire, well, in some coals, see if we can get that nice and toasty. And then we'll just kind of have a chill evening by the fire. And I've got the dessert kind of tucked in a nice little corner, warm by the fire. Got the icing up just behind it, trying to get warm. So I'll spin that every few minutes just so I don't burn one side over the other. Dinner is ready, and I'm going to sit down, enjoy a drink, and eat some food, and then see how this dessert turns out. I just pulled the dessert off of the fire here. Kind of made a little bit of a mess while I'm trying to put stuff away. Ooh, I see the butter leaking out onto the shovel here. It is hot to touch, so I'm just going to set it down on the ground here. Mosquitoes all up in my face. See if I can't just pierce through the top here. See if I did any good or if I burnt it to a crisp. It's hard to tell while it's just sitting there next to the fire. Ooh, ooh. Oh, that's doughy. Needs to cook quite a bit longer. Yeah, it's just really soft. Some of these might be okay to eat. My lens got all foggy there for a second, but as you can see, it is scorching hot. We'll see if it's any good. Oh yeah, that is a delight. If you've never done that before, I highly recommend you try it next time you go camping. You will be pleasantly surprised next time you do that. If you do that next time you go camping, it does, parts of it need to do need to cook a little bit longer. So I'm gonna wrap it back up. Okay, so I just realized that I just recorded a whole little spiel and my microphone wasn't turned on. Now it is. I just hiked up a little bit down the path that we walked earlier and we saw the Tetons. That little open meadow is a spot where you have cell service. Going to pack everything up and call it for this evening. It sucks. I never like leaving a trip early or going home early, but unfortunately, sometimes things happen. It was still a lot of fun. Cooked some great food. Didn't really get to cook a breakfast, so I might cook everything I bought for tomorrow. And who knows, I might record it, I might not. We'll see what happens. We'll see what the weather's like. But anyways, we're going to be heading home.